So I've always been a Game Boy sort of guy. Whether it be one of these specifically or a different model. Oh yeah. Back around 2012, I got my mom's old 2nd gen iPod Nano in silver, and that thing is sadly no longer with us as I opened it and broke it. But around 4 to 5 years ago, my grandparents gave me this, an Ipod Shuffle. Now this thing is extremely tiny, like even putting it up against a Game Boy SP. This is like the smallest Game Boy that there was. And look, it's tiny. It's got a headphone jack, nothing else. Doesn't even have a click wheel. It's just got little buttons and a little bit of a circle. But this thing has 3 big drawbacks. Number 1, no screen. You can't see what you're listening to, so you gotta just go through all the songs till you find what you want. Number 2, only a headphone jack. In order to charge this thing, you need to plug it into USB through the headphone jack, which makes these chargers hard to find good new ones, or you just can't listen to your music. And finally, number 3, these things only get 2 gigabytes of memory. 2. Now, I've always been a fan of modifying old Nintendo systems. Like this is my custom Game Boy with a glass screen. But iPods, I didn't even know that you can modify them until maybe a month ago when I found a channel called Dankpods. Dankpods makes amazing content about modifying iPods, so I decided to try it out a little bit for myself. So that's why I picked up one of these bad boys. Now this right here is a 2nd generation iPod mini. Little HP pod. In one of Dankpod's videos, he recommended what the best iPod to start modding was, and it was this thing. Of course, his was a little bit better condition, so it's silver, so you can't really tell that it's the 2nd gen, but it is. See, 2005, right there at the bottom. 2nd gen iPod mini. Now, of course, I paid $25 for it, so it had a lot of drawbacks, stuff like no charger, which, I mean, I bought my own. But it comes with the original hard drive, which is somehow actually in really good condition. But as you can see by that battery up there, the battery life is honestly awful. So that is why I bought all of this. We're gonna take all of this stuff and put it in there. Along with our iPod mini, what I've got is I have a new battery from iFixit. Was really the only battery I could find for these things, but iFixit's a reliable brand. I've got a DigiGear Slim CF adapter, which I honestly have no clue if this will work or not, but from what I've read, CF adapters should work with the iPod. I wasn't sure what type, so I got this one, and hopefully it will work. And a 32 gigabyte SD card. Of course, you may be wondering, why would you get 32 instead of 64, 128, or even 256? You see, that's where my main problem is. I'm not too big of a music collector. I've only just started recently collecting music, and my music barely fills up a couple gigabytes on this. So technically, the hard drive would do fine, but I want to have, if I'm going to open it up to swap out the battery, I might as well swap out the drive for a larger one so that I'll have the memory when I need it. Not only will it be great to have a lot more memory, but it's going to be a lot better to have flash memory too. Now it's time to get this iPod open. I might not be the most professional, but I do have these worn down spudgers. I've had these things for years. Of course, this one a little bit broken. But I'll try to open up the iPod with this. Worst comes to worst, I've seen how you can open it up with a little bit hot glue on the bottom. So let's just work on getting this bottom piece out. Time to get out the little boy screwdriver set. This one I've had for quite a long time, so it's been with me through thick and thin. Oh, there we go. And boom. The bottom is released slightly. Now maybe I can just take a spudger in there and... what are these things called? Spudgers? Maybe. Take this, push it in here around the edges. Okay, maybe not. Crap. A little bit of a scrape. That's not gonna be terrible. Or a gouge. These things get gouged anyways. Being inside of pockets and whatnot. Just really don't want to damage it. The whole point of this is to repair it, you know? So come on. I'm scraping the plastic off. It's not what I want. One last go. We can go from the middle. Made it in. Popped open a tab. Let's pull up with our fingers. There we go. We got it. Boom. And didn't hurt it too badly. Just pretend that's not there, I guess. A little bit of gouging and scratching. That looks a lot worse on camera. But it's not gonna be too noticeable, especially once we get the whole iPod apart. Maybe if we go in from a different way. I really don't like that, but it worked. Right. Here we go, boys. It's time where we make it or we break it. I think we made it. So now we just take that, keep it off to the side over there. And now, from what I know, you want to be very careful with the click wheel. Okay, get in there and get the glue out. Come on. There we go. Breaking through that glue. It's very grippy. Come on. Very, very grippy. But, boom, we're through. Now we have the top open. So maybe go to the top first because you're gonna need it. Should be fine. No, that is removed. And according to the iFixit, we push it out. Oh, there we go. It's pushing. use a little spudger to get it maybe a bit more out of the case. Come on. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. We got an iPod case with the click wheel, and we got an iPod itself. So now that we're in here, let's replace the battery. So all we gotta do is lift this battery off the board. There we go. And unplug it. This battery is definitely bloated, probably kind of dangerous. Probably don't want to have much exposure to that anymore. Actually, before we open up the new battery and deal with that, let's get the new drive and test it out. So according to iFixit, what we want to do is we want to take our spudger and lift up the Molex. From the board. Although I don't know. Kind of sketch. Maybe what we'll do instead is we'll peel off some of this tape, because I'm most likely not going to be reusing this drive. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy. Not very easy, but we have our new adapter, and I just want to make sure the pins do line up. This is a lot thinner. Is that going to be a problem? I hope not. Looks like the pins are the same though, which is what does count. So I'll go ahead and open it up. Gimme it. Get out of there, it's mine. It's mine. Got it. And then the 32 gigs. Never seen one of these before, that's interesting. Come on, come on. Boom. And I dropped it. Everything all good? All right, so we got our 32 gigs and our adapter. Just slot that in there. Then one of these ways it should go in. I want to line up the pins. Which maybe, this is gonna be slightly confusing because I bought the thin one. I need to figure out which way this goes in. In order to do that, I'm just gonna do trial and error. Let's try it that way. Now, what we can do is we can take our 30 pin, plug that into the board, and check, did I plug it in the correct way? Or did I not? The other way. Come on, go in. There we go. No, I know I don't want to use this, but I'll use it temporarily. Just plug it in for a quick moment. See if it wants to work. Oh, there we go. We got a thing. And according to my computer, do we have an iPod? Apparently not. Because it won't sample support. Bollocks. Okay, let's try this again. if I do that. Ah, do not disconnect. There we go. Yeah. Don't disconnect. Welcome to your new iPod. There we go. We got it. Our boy's working with that 29.67 gigabytes. How do we open this? I don't really know. Should be a way to open this, right? Rip. See if I can carry it through. Yeah, come on. There we go. New battery secured. Calibrate your newly installed battery. Drain battery below 10%, then charge all the way up. Okay. So, I guess what I should do is I should probably grab these little rubber things from this battery. Put it on the new one, eh? If I can. At least this one. Because this is stopping some kind of important stuff from touching. So now what else we'll do is we will actually take off these little rubber bumpers, put them on our boy. Boom. A little bit sticky, but that's okay. It's gonna keep it from sliding around. And now we just put it back in. Do everything but reverse. No, come on. Just slide. Come on, don't get off onto me. Don't. Stop. I really don't like it when you do that. Okay. Oh. There goes the battery. Battery goes back on. Boom. And I'm sweating profusely because I do not want to break anything. After a little bit of convincing and super glue, I got it mostly back into place, so it's mostly good enough. It's good enough for me. Although this won't go down because of that dent. Okay, it's a little bit of a rim. Not too much though. So I think this is good enough. Okay, yeah. 29.6 gigabytes. Yeah, alright. Let's do this. Yeah, all I can say is, thanks for watching. Now you know how to not replace a battery in a hard drive, and you can do this if you want to. But yeah, it's kind of tough. Also, the camera's a little bit off, but it is kind of tough. So make sure that you have time, the right tools, and yeah. So yeah.